Welcome back. I'm Kat Wible.
So it's been a pretty hot couple days in October, so a little weird Indian summer we have going on. So let's see Amber for the weather.
Thanks, guys. I'm student meteorologist Amber Liggett with your News 99 weather for Thursday, October 20th, 2016. Taking a look at the short-term outlook, tonight we have partly cloudy and mild with an isolated shower. For Friday, cloudy and breezy with passing afternoon showers. Friday night, we're looking for windy and lingering shower early and then decreasing clouds after midnight. Now, currently we see over Beam Sturfer Stadium blue skies and some passing clouds moving into the region. You'll notice that the trees are pretty green still, and that's not usual for October. We've been very above average with our temperatures. We're currently at 78, and we're looking between 60 and 64 to drop down to this evening. So now if we take a look at the temperatures that we have throughout the region, you'll see that we're in the upper 70s. If you actually take a look for Millersville, like I said, we're at 78. And now our 3-day forecast for tonight. We're partly cloudy, that chance of an isolated shower again this evening. We're going to drop down to 62. For tomorrow, our high will be 70. We'll have a chance of showers mainly in the afternoon, then breezy. And Saturday, we're going to have a chilly high of 58. Clouds and sun, but the main focus here is going to be the windy conditions. All right, that's all we have for now. We'll give it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber. We'll have more weather details for you later on but now, let's take a look at what's been happening around the Millersville campus. This weekend is homecoming weekend here at Millersville. The annual Millersville Community Parade will take place on Saturday at 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. The parade will feature 47 special entertainers and 28 different floats. Also on Saturday will be the Millersville football game against Shippensburg University starting at 2 p.m. at Beam Sturfer Stadium.
Join Millersville University for a one-night-only event in support of the MU Theater program. The purple-haired dame from Down Under will feature Dame Edna's honorary understudy, Scott Mason. This event will consist of stand-up comedy and commentary on American life through the eyes of the purple-haired Aussie. It will be held this Friday, October 21st at 7:30 p.m. in the Winter Visual and Performing Arts Center.
Are you looking to enjoy a home-cooked meal away from home? Next week on October 24th at 5:30 p.m., the Black Student Union and the NAACP College chapter at Millersville University will be hosting Cooking with Soul. Come out to eat fried chicken, macaroni, and cheese, and many more traditional African-American foods.
The biggest story, not only across Millersville's campus, but also across Pennsylvania, is the the teacher strike. Haley Dennis has the details.
On Wednesday morning at 5 a.m., professors from Millersville University went on strike. Millersville is one of 14 state universities whose professors are on the picket line. The decision was made due to disagreements on faculty contracts regarding faculty health care and adjunct pay. Professors and students gathered all the way down George Street to protest.
So I've been here 23 years and I've seen all kinds of issues. It seems to me that this time around it's mostly about the kind of faculty that'll be in the classroom. There was a lot of discussion about adjunct faculty, who I love, but they're adjunct faculty and they wanted to increase the number of courses that they teach, and also graduate students who would maybe as a master's student be teaching in the classroom. So it was a way for the system to save money, but also was taking professors out of the classroom to get people who weren't as experienced and involved in. And again, I'm not against that, but I think students lose out in that equation when you don't have an experienced tenure track or tenure professor in the classroom.
The most excitement happened in front of the McNary Library, where food and drink was provided for protesters. Students even had tables set up to make signs in support of their professors.
I'm out here striking with our faculty because I think they work really hard for what we get out of this with our education, and I think that the fact that they want to compromise their education by making online classes and cheaper things and stripping them from their benefits and that kind of thing, it isn't fair, so I stand with them in that.
The strike will go on until an agreement is reached. Reporting from the Millersville University campus, I'm Haley Dennis.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the latest local headlines. Stay tuned, News 99 will be right back.
Welcome back to News 99. In local headlines, the state Senate has approved a bill that would let local police departments use radar guns. Pennsylvania is the only state in the country where local police are not allowed to use radar to catch speeding drivers. Currently, only state police are allowed to use radar guns. Data shows that PA has the third highest number of speed-related fatalities in the country. Most of the deaths happen on roads patrolled by local police. Critics say police could just be using the radar guns as a way to make money.
A 78-year-old woman has died in a one-vehicle crash along Interstate 81 in Antrim Township, Franklin County on Tuesday. According to authorities, the car was traveling at 65 miles per hour in the southbound lanes when the driver, 81-year-old Rudolph Kepka, lost control of the vehicle for an unknown reason. The passenger, 78-year-old Emma Kepka, died at the scene. The driver was taken to Murtis Hospital for treatment of moderate injuries.
Police have found an 11-year-old girl who had been missing since Monday. According to police, Nija Sloan was supposed to meet a family member after school, but she did not come outside. Upon investigation, officials discovered that Nija left the school around 2 p.m. Police said Nija was found and is all right on Tuesday afternoon. She's safe.
2 people are in police custody after several purse snatching incidents across Lancaster County. Police say one of the suspects took a purse from a woman who was walking towards her car at the Kissel Hill Shopping Center on Lidditz Pike. Authorities pursued the suspect's car, which crashed near the Ephrata exit. Police were able to catch the 2 suspects who have not yet been identified.
Parents of 89 students at Grimes Elementary School in Burlington were given a big helping hand from Arrowhead Motel owner Jerry Fenton. Fenton donated about $700 to the school to cover all overdue lunch balances. Lauren Simone has the story.
It's Walking Taco Day at Grimes Elementary School.
Alrighty, there you go, honey.
Which looks to be the top choice for some picky eaters in the cafeteria.
And you see by the lunch today that they're eating the food that's on their tray, which is important. We can serve anything, but we want them to eat it.
But some students can't afford to be picky because student lunches aren't cheap. Some parents struggle with the payments, leaving schools to put the bill on their tab.
A lot of the kids don't know because the notice goes home to the parent. We don't really say anything to them in line about it. We send a note home to the parents. So it'll positively, in fact, affect the parents.
Now I'm putting together.
But for motel owner Jerry Fenton, having a negative balance on the school lunch dues is not an option. So he paid off all of the late school fees at his alma mater, giving the school $700 towards the bill for both present and future balances.
You know, my mortgage is paid off. I've got a little in the bank. I'm not, a rich person, but I have some extra. And I thought, well, it's good. It's giving back to people.
Making sure neither the students or their parents have to worry about lunch money.
I find it hard to believe in this day and age that there are kids that go hungry. It's just unfathomable to me that that should even happen in this day and age.
So that kids can be kids, giving 89 students the financial security they need to eat lunch in peace.
Hostess Brands is sparking a Wall Street rally nearly as sweet as its Twinkie snack cake. Hostess, which declared bankruptcy in 2012, recently sold a majority stake to another private equity firm. And here's the kicker. The company buying Hostess is already publicly traded. Gore's Holdings agreed to purchase Hostess in July from 2 other private equity firms. Has surged near 20% since one deal closes. Gore's Holding will change its name to Hostess Brands Incorporated, so even though many feared they'd never see another Ho-Ho or Ding Dong or Twinkie after Hostess bankruptcy, fear no more. Its new stock is turning out just to be as indestructible as that good old Twinkie.
The problems continue to mount for Wells Fargo. The California Attorney General is investigating the embattled bank for identity theft. It's connected to bank employees creating up to 2 million unauthorized accounts over the years to reach sales goals. According to a search warrant in the case, Wells Fargo employees may have committed identity theft by unlawfully obtaining customer records to open accounts and credit cards that nobody asked for. It's unclear who California is targeting in this probe. Wells Fargo says it's cooperating with the investigation.
Some 66 million people will be seeing a minuscule bump in their Social Security checks next year. Benefits will see a 0.3% increase, which averages out to be an extra $3.92 a month. Some blame the small jump on the drop in oil and gas prices, which have helped keep overall inflation steady. Many on Social Security are worried because of rising healthcare costs, which have risen faster than inflation. Also skyrocketing, prescription prices and Medicare premiums. The average retiree's monthly benefit is currently $1,305. Retirees' benefits can be higher than average depending upon their earning history and how old they were when they began drawing checks.
A man who apparently fed several alligators is lucky to be alive after one of them tried to make him its next meal. Tom Abrahams reports.
We found this alligator not long after the attack in the water near where the 88-year-old man was bitten. Minutes later, another swam close. Investigators tell us K.R. Smith admits to having fed 3 gators at different times, and today, while he was cutting weeds, one of them got too close and bit him on the hand and leg.
It's against the law to feed alligators because what happens is they associate people with food, and so we needed a tool to prevent that activity.
Neighbors told us they've seen gators here frequently. Precious 04 told us he saw one come ashore and take bait he was using to fish.
Just about every day. If you come outside, you see it. You know, just like you see it now.
You ever worry about it?
Yeah, I do. I know you open your back door, you don't know what you're going to see.
This is a photograph another neighbor took just a couple of months ago. Game warden Barry Eversole says the best course of action is always to keep your distance.
Give them their space. They're not here to cause harm. They are part of our environment in this county. Just leave them alone.
Smith returned home late today, his injury apparent on his leg as family members helped him inside.
When we come back, we'll head back to Amber and take a look at our fall forecast for the weekend. Stay tuned. News 99 will be right back.
Welcome back. So homecomings this weekend, Chris. You doing anything for the parade?
Well, I will be on the float, so I will be exposed to the elements, so hopefully the weather won't be too bad. Let's check in with Amber for the weekend weather forecast.
All right, folks, we've definitely had above average temperatures so far. I'm student meteorologist Amber Liggett, and I'm here explaining the News 99 weather for Thursday, October 20th, 2016. Like I said, above average temperatures is the story that we've had this whole week. We've even seen record temperatures in the mid-80s just earlier this week. Currently, you see that there are some clouds now passing into the sky, and we still can see that there's a lot of green left on these trees, which is not usual for this time of year in late October. Let's take a look at why. Like I said, we've had those record temperatures. Today, our record is typically 82. The record low was 23. Normally, we're around 64. And since we're at a high of 78, we're greatly above average. Right now, you can see temperatures in the upper 70s. Again, Lancaster here at 78. And looking more into the temperatures for this evening, you see that we're going to drop down. We're going to get to the lower side of the 60s. We're going to be at 62 for Millersville. Our satellite imagery here is showing just part of the United States. We're going to focus here on the area what's right now in the Ohio Valley. You see there's a nice band of clouds. That's going to be moving into the Pennsylvania region and getting into our region actually in a couple of days. Now, this North American mesoscale model that you see here is showing that nice band of rain that I'm talking about. There's currently a low pressure over southern Ohio, and that's going to move into our region here, as you can see. Now for tomorrow morning, there's going to be a weak, slow-moving cold front that is going to approach our valley very shortly here, and by tomorrow morning, it's over western PA and even central PA. The main story that we're going to focus on for the Susquehanna Valley is that by tomorrow evening, this is showing around 8 p.m., but what we're focusing on is the 3 p.m. time frame. That's when we're going to see a lot of these passing showers that are going to come through tomorrow. Now our 7-day forecast, you see partly cloudy tonight, low of 62, chance of showers and breezy tomorrow, high of 70. We're going to have a much chillier high of 58 for Saturday for homecoming. It'll also be very windy, so keep that in mind. You might want a jacket. Sunday, 76 and mostly sunny. Monday, 76 and partly sunny. Tuesday, 72 and mostly sunny, and Wednesday, 68 with clouds and sun. So you see, we're going to cool off a little bit this weekend, and then we're going to get back up into the 70s, staying above average for the beginning of next week. And then as we get into the latter part of next week, we're going to cool down just a little bit more. Before we leave, we're going to go over our weekly weather fact. What is a cold front? A cold front is a cold air mass that advances into a region that's formerly covered by warm air. As I said, we're going to have a weak, slow-moving cold front tomorrow evening come through. And after that, we're going to just jump back up into the 70s. That'll do it for your weather this week, and we're going to take it back to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Amber. Stay tuned. News 99 will be right back after these commercials. Welcome back. So, Chris, you're a sporty guy. What's going on in sports?
I think we're going to get a
world?
recap of the NFL, and then we're going to get a little recap of what happened in the postseason with baseball. Am I right, John?
Baseball, yeah.
Cool. Let's take it to John.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Chris. On to the NFL, which games were decided over the week. And just as I had predicted on In the Zone, the Cardinals did in fact beat the New York Jets 28-3. As you can see on the first play here, this is what it looked like the entire game as the running back was able to just get wide open for a touchdown every single quarter. On to the Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Texans managed to come out over 26-23 as the Colts managed to blow a 23-9 lead in the fourth quarter alone. And unfortunately for them, as Lamar Miller was an absolute beast that game, I couldn't be any happier with how he played. I don't think they could have been either. As you can see here, incredible play as he manages to evade 7 defenders, for a simple 10-yard touchdown that probably should have never happened, but that is A-okay as the Colts managed to, however, lose, and they fall to, they fall to 2-4, and the Texans managed to move to 4-2. On to Atlanta and Seattle, very close game, another nail-biter, as the Seahawks managed to actually win for once in a very close game as they've been kind of struggling. However, they managed to win and they move up to 4-1, and the Falcons managed to fall to 4-2. As you can see, that's the game-winning kick off an interception late in the fourth. Now on to Dallas and Green Bay, where Aaron Rodgers just looked completely off as he missed a wide-open receiver that should have been an easier throw. However, he was completely off the entire game, and he throws another pick, and Green Bay manages to fall to the Cowboys 30-16. He may have passed 294 yards, but he still missed a lot of throws. Now on to Believe Land as the Cleveland Indians managed to beat the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's say Raptors. Just to feel old, the last time the Cleveland Indians were in the playoffs, in the World Series was 1997 when Manny Ramirez and Jim Thome were on the same team. Now both are retired and well-deserving. And now on to the Cubs and Dodgers, where the Dodgers managed to lose 10-2 after shutting out the Cubs in 2 straight games, 6-0 and 1-0. The Chicago Cubs managed to win the game 10-2 and has now evened up the series at 2-2. The Billy Goat curse may still be alive. Who knows? Hopefully it doesn't happen, or another Steve Bartman incident doesn't happen again. And that's about all I have for you. Now back to Chris and Kat.
There's cute, then there's super cute, and then there's baby elephant cute. And that rare level of cute was on display in Thailand as the co-founder of an elephant foundation showed just how loving and brave one little elephant is with a mock rescue. As the man calls for help pretending to be drowning, little Kamla braves the river waters to save her friend, even sheltering him with her trunk. I know, right? I want one. She's part of the Save Elephant Foundation that has rescued more than 70 elephants and houses them in a natural habitat park. If only that brave little elephant was in Houston, she might have been able to rescue these puppies that were stolen during a brazen pet store robbery that was caught on camera. Police are looking for 3 suspects who took 6 bulldog puppies valued at over $20,000. The pet store owners are offering a reward for information on the pups. Everybody depressed? Well, let's end this thing on a high note, shall we? Watch this Virginia cop crush some Beyoncé dance moves to her hit Formation at a high school pep rally. Turns out the cop is known for his fancy footwork and was asked to perform by his fiancée, who's a teacher at the school. And I think the kids were digging it. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, that's all for today's show. Thanks for tuning in to News 99. I'm Kat Wible.
And I'm Chris Engel. Have a great week, Millersville.